Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it has been a while since I have uploaded anything to this channel, but I hear you. I hear all of you. You all have been telling me that formatting your books is the hardest part of writing and publishing your book. And so because of that, I decided it was time that I show you what tool I use when I am writing and publishing a book. So my name is Laura, if you're new to this channel, and I am a 10-time author. I'm a publishing coach, and I help people write, edit, format, publish, and sell their books. So today I am going to show you what tool I use when I am formatting my book. And this tool is it is so simple. It makes it such a piece of cake. When I first started writing and I first tried formatting my books to get them up on Kindle, I would pull my hair out, guys. I am not kidding. Like I would go crazy because formatting, it was just over my head. And yes, I could use their templates, but it was just like not compatible with whatever I was doing. And sometimes it would take me days to upload a single book. And finally, I discovered this amazing tool called Atticus. Now, if you've taken my course and you've listened to me and you've read my book, a book on writing and publishing, you know that I'm a huge, huge advocate for self-publishing, and I really try to teach people how to do everything for free. You can write and get your book published and everything in between for free, and it won't cost you a dime. However, I have seen people not finish writing because there was a certain part of that tripped them up and they just couldn't seem to get past it. For me, that was formatting. And I decided to break down and spend $150. It was a one-time fee to purchase a program called Atticus that would basically do all of the formatting for me. And I'm going to go do a screen share real quick and just kind of show you what I am talking about. So before I do that, it is a one-time fee for Atticus. And then I'm able to format as many books as I like, and I can format for other people. Um, I I love it. It is literally you drop your book in there, you push the format button, you tell it to upload, and you are done. You are done formatting. What used to take me days, and when I say days, I am not kidding you, sometimes 3 or 4 days because I was constantly correcting mistakes because it wouldn't upload properly. Now takes me minutes, maybe upwards of 5 minutes, and that is it. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to take you over to this program called Atticus. And just very quickly here, I need to get some of my stuff out of the way so I can show you what I'm doing. All right, so I'm not going to start a new book. Now, obviously, I'm not going to walk you through every little detail of Atticus. I just want to let you know that this thing exists. Go to atticus.com, get it and download it, and you can write as many books as you want. This happens to be, let's see if I can go to my bookshelf and just show you. These are all the books that have been formatted in my Atticus program. This is my latest book, a book, and this is all about publishing and writing and everything you want to know about it. So go look for that. But what I want to show you is I've started another book called The Author of Thomas Mim. And I'm going to be going through and editing this book at some point and changing it, and I'm kind of had some redirection going on my storyline. But what I want to show you is I needed to edit. Let's go back here again so you can see it. I'm going to edit the details of this book to start with. I want to give it a there we go, a cover. And this is probably not the cover that I'm going to stick with, but if you've taken my course, you know I like to have placeholders so that when I am looking for my book, I can very easily spot it. So if I were to go back over to my bookshelf, you see that right there, my books, it's right there. Now, I'm not crazy about the cover. I probably won't stick with that, but at least as I'm scrolling through, it's like, oh, that's the one I want to work on today. There are several things that you can do in Atticus. So you'll notice that right now I am on the writing page, and I'm going to go down to this little blue button right here, and I am going to add a chapter. Okay. And it put it in chapter 8. I want to move that. We're going to put it here. And we're going to give this chapter a title. And we're just going to say, let's say, I like to capitalize my titles. Well, Thomas finds a job. Okay. And then that's it. I'm not going to give it a subtitle. And I can go ahead and start writing right here in Atticus. If I make a mistake, let's say I did that and it has no clue as to what I'm writing. Probably bad example. If I'm gonna you see it caught my mistake right here. It says, something isn't right there. You have a misspelling or something. I can go ahead and change it right there. What I want to caution you about is that Atticus is not very good at detecting grammar errors in the grammar space error of error. And I wrote that for a reason. You see, that's not a good sentence, right? But it doesn't have a good grammar check. So I would recommend, like, if you've taken my course, go over to Google Docs, write it in Google Docs, run it through Grammarly if you want to, find all of your mistakes, and then come and drop it in here. Now, obviously, I'm not going to keep that chapter. That's kind of a dumb chapter. So, but it named it for me. It stuck it in chapter 2. I don't want it to be chapter 2. I want it to be my 9th chapter. So I'm going to move it down here. And it turned it into my 9th chapter. I'm obviously not keeping that chapter. So I'm going to just X out of it. It says, do you want to delete it? And the answer is yes. Now let's say my book was completely done. I'm done writing it. I want to click on that format button. And if I come over here, I have some predetermined format templates. And let's say I want to format this for print. I can click this for print and see what it looks like. And maybe I want this to be formatted in Scarlet. That's just the name of the formatting template. As you can see, it's formatting it. Now that would be great if I were writing a horror book. This is not a horror book. I think that would be wonderful for horror. If I was writing a sci-fi, maybe I would want to click on the Watts template. And it's going to format the entire book. And I can scroll through and see what it looks like. It has predetermined fonts. It has predetermined chapter heads, what that's going to look like, and so on and so forth. And maybe I like this format. So I'm going to click on this one. And I do like that because it has a chapter number and the chapter name. I like how that's formatted. I can skip through the chapters, see how they look, skip through the books, and that all looks great. Now I want to export it. And this is where everybody pulls their hair out. First off, it did all of the formatting for me. Now I'm going to export this into a PDF file. See that? While I am in the formatting page, I've chosen my format. I'm going to export this and I'm going to just save that. And now when I am ready, I can go over to that file and upload it to KDP, to Ingram Sparks. I can send it to the printing press, whoever needs a copy of that book so that it is formatted correctly. Let's say I wanted this to be for an EPUB, and I go, oh, that looks pretty good. If somebody's reading that on their phone or on their device, I can export this in an EPUB. Now, I'm not going to because I just don't have any need to at the moment, but you get the picture here. It's going to export it into an EPUB file. So let's go ahead and cancel that because I don't need it. And then I can go back to my home page and there's my book. If I look at it, I can start typing again on this book. So pretty simple, intuitive stuff. Really, really intuitive. I'm not going to do a complete and total tutorial on how to format your book or anything. I just want to let you know that that is a possibility, that you can go over to a place like Atticus. I'm going to show you that on the screen just one more time, just so you can kind of, in case you weren't sure about it, let's go to the home page. This is called Atticus, and I want you to go get that. If you're serious about writing and publishing your book, of all the tools that I use to write my books, this is the number one most helpful tool. And then I can just click into my books and I can, I can write or format. If I go down here, let's go to writing. Let's say I'm in the writing thing and I'm saying, I wonder what this looks like if I'm writing it, and what would it look like on the phone? So while I am writing, I can actually be viewing it right here, and I can click through these different chapters. I can move chapters around. I just grab them, move them around, and it will automatically move it for me. It puts the contents, excuse me, it automatically puts the contents in for me. I don't have to do anything. Let me close this screen here so you can see. So if I were to move this, it would change my contents. It would tell me that chapter 2 was something else. But I don't want to do that. So here we go. That is Atticus. I mean, that is it in a nutshell. And it's so easy to use, so intuitive. You can go ahead and find other tutorials online about Atticus. But listen, what I want to talk to you about real quick here, if you are struggling to write your book, edit your book, format, publish, you don't know how to sell your book, all of that stuff, then I'm going to drop a link to my course in the description and you can head on over there. I'm also going to drop a link into my latest book. It's called A Book. It's all about my writing journey. And in there, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and kind of just walk you through the process of writing your own book if you don't want to take the whole course. But I am so glad that you are here today. Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to mention before I actually let you go is that aside from teaching people how to use tools to format, if you know, I truly do like everybody to be able to use free tools whenever possible. But when that is not possible, then of course I recommend Atticus. But another thing that you could do if you're not keen on the idea of spending $150 to get your book published and you don't have the thousands that professional formatters sometimes cost. They can cost anywhere from $300 to $1,000 even to format your book. Another good option that you could consider would be going to a place like Fiverr. But what I want to tell you is when you hire somebody on Fiverr and they're going to charge you anywhere from $5 to like maybe $50 to $100, just kind of depends on who you find. More than likely, they are going to run your manuscript through Atticus or something like Atticus. And that's how they're going to format it. They're not, moving things around and doing all of that. They're probably using a program very much like Atticus. So when you get Atticus, you have options besides just formatting your own book. Maybe you want to put your services then up on Fiverr, and that's a way for you to make a little bit of an extra income on top of just selling your books. Okay, now I'm really going to let you go.